So the Springboks have just announced their side to take on the All Blacks this weekend at Twickenham for their final game before the Rugby World Cup. Now, there were a lot of talks about whether or not the Springboks would make drastic changes here, seeing as it is the last game. And the answer is yes, that backline's looking very different to what we have seen throughout the Rugby Championship and also throughout the other Summer Nation Series games. Jumping straight into it, front row unchanged from the last game up against Wales. Number 1, Stephen Kitsoff. Number 2, Malcolm Marx. And number 3, Frans Malherbe. So it is a very strong front row, getting to test it up against the ABs, where they may go with Ethan de Groot and Tyrell Lomax. Scrums in the last game between these two sides were very entertaining to watch. I feel this one will be no different, and the locking duo completely changed from what we did see in last week's game up against Wales. Ebenetzebev at number 4, and Franco Mostert does get that number 5 jersey. Now, with the fact that Ludiaga is going to be away from the squad, it does mean that that number 5 jersey is open for either Snyman or Franco Mostert. Whoever steps up will get themselves that spot. And the loose forward trio, Sia Khaleesi at number 6, Peter Steptoe at number 7, and then number 8, Dwayne Vermeulen. So a very strong 4-pack for the Springboks in this game up against the All Blacks. Some expected a few changes, maybe Oxnard or Vincent Koch into the starting side to give some other players more game time. So very good in the 4-pack, which means they should be strong up front. In the back line, number 9, Faf de Klerk, with number 10, keeping his spot, Manie Libbok. Now, a lot of people have been criticising his kicking game, seeing as he hasn't been too successful off the tee. But overall, his running game in the last game up against Wales was strong. He is the number 1 pick for fly half at the moment. I'm hoping he has a solid game here. Out on the left wing, a return into the starting side in Makazole Mapimpi. The midfield actually changed quite a bit from last week. Number 12 was Damien Dialende, and number 13, Jesse Kriel. This week, Andre Esterhuizen, number 12. And then at number 13, for the first time, Canon Moody. So he has been playing out on the right wing. He's also had a bit of an opportunity off the bench. But in the last game, he was solid, and they've decided to see what he can do in that 13 jersey in the absence of Lukanyoam. At number 14, it is Kurt Learinsa, and number 15, a man who I wasn't sure whether or not he would be available for this game, but he passed all the HIA tests. It is Damien Valimza. So that Stormers connection at 10 and 15, something the Springboks have already used this year, and something that did find success. But off the bench, it will be Bongi Manambi at number 16, number 17, Oxnard, and then number 18, they've gone Trevor Nakanye. So the only change in that front row off the bench will be no Vincent Koch. Number 19, Jean Klein, man who did start in the last game. And number 20, RG Snyman. So actually 2 locking options there. Perhaps because they've got Mostert in the starting lineup, he can transition to 7 if needed. So I believe that is the reason behind the 2 locks. And then number 21, they have gone with Marco van Staden. I believe he is the straight swap for the captain, Sia Khaleesi. Number 22, they've given Kobus Reinach the opportunity. And then number 23 to close out this side for the Springboks, it will be Willie LaRue. But this game, it is going to be an early morning kickoff for us here in New Zealand. But for South Africans, it is at 8:30 p.m. on a Friday night. Going to be an absolutely awesome game. I really hope there's no injuries in this contest. We know that both teams will be physical. We know they'll be trying to put those finishing touches together and also make a statement before heading into that Rugby World Cup. We are going to be doing the live commentary on the channel, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. Also, when the All Blacks are announced, we will be letting you know exactly who they have gone with. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.